Well, I gotta say, it doesn't really get more London than this. We got the cobblestones, the dimly lit lights. And then right here, we have the catacombs, London tombs that sit under the bustling city of London.
Very,
And they aren't shying away from it, look at that.
yeah, very theatrical.
It is a tourist attraction now that's a haunted maze, but it does sit atop a bed of history that's very genuine.
Let's have a peek at the tombs of London.
Yeah, just get on with it.
All right.
This week on BuzzFeed Unsolved, we investigate London tombs as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? These tombs are not the most pleasant, as you can see, and they have some pretty gruesome history.
Production value here is through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, it is a haunted attraction.
This is sort of a funny location, huh?
It's a fun house built on top of a historical atrocity.
Okay, well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
That being said, let's get into it.
Oh, okay.
Deep beneath the earth at the foot of London Bridge lie catacombs now referred to as the London Tombs. It's unclear how old these catacombs are, but the bridge itself dates back to ancient Roman times, and a brief look into London's tragic history may provide an answer. In the city's history, there have been several deadly epidemics. Mass graves known as plague pits were made across the city to accommodate the magnitude of the deaths, during which hundreds of bodies were quickly buried without coffins or ceremonies.
That's fair.
You know, yeah, I mean, you look back at that and you could say, oh, so inhumane, but if this person's flesh is decomposing off their face while they're still alive.
Yeah, that was a bad thing. You gotta get rid of those bodies as quick as you can.
Yeah, burn them. They're like White Walkers.
Throw them in a volcano, I don't care.
If I had flesh falling off my face, I would expect you to put a bullet in my head.
Happily.
Oh, don't you have to be that excited
You
about
wouldn't
it.
even have to ask, buddy.
If you didn't have flesh falling off your face at all, I'd still put a bullet in your head.
For what reason? Wait, you're saying you would shoot me
Moving
in the
on.
head? What the fuck?
One of the worst plagues in human history, referred to as the Black Death, occurred in Europe between 1347 and 1351 and killed an estimated 1.5 million Britons, a staggering number when you consider that was about a third of Britain's population at the time. In 1665, another outbreak of the bubonic plague devastated the city, now known as the Great Plague of London. The disease ultimately claimed as many as 100,000 lives, roughly a fifth of London's population.
What a chunk.
I mean, this was no joke.
What a chunk.
There's a reason why they called it the Great Plague.
Oh, it was great, man.
No,
You should have been there for that plague.
no, it wasn't like
Kicked ass. That thing was a hell of a plague.
Yeah, I T-voted.
I don't have any family left.
Between these two outbreaks, there's no telling how many plague pits are littered throughout the city. It's actually a popular urban myth that the famous London Underground subway system was designed in its meandering route so as to avoid the plague pits.
Yeah, probably not true.
Fun to imagine a train weaving around a bunch of dead people.
Just plowing through a pile of bones. Oh, don't worry, those are old bones.
Can't go this way, too much bones.
We got bones on the track again. I'm from London.
Records from John Stow's 1598 survey of London suggest that up to 150,000 bodies had been buried throughout London in plague pits. Evidence of these mass graves have been discovered throughout various points in history. As recently as 2013, a pit of 14 bodies was discovered in Farringdon's Charterhouse Square by engineers working on London's Crossrail project.
14.
That's
Kind
still
of chump change. I know that's 14 human lives, but
chump change.
I mean, when you're saying they buried 150,000, you'd at least expect it.
Not in
100 in a
one
pit.
giant pit. I mean, like a cross.
Yeah, I know, but 14 isn't.
Okay, put it this way. How often are we digging up somewhere for a new development in Los Angeles and go, oh, there's 14 bones here, or there's 14 piles of bones?
You know, we're a young country. I'm sure in 100 years there'll be a lot of us buried in holes that they'll find mass graves, you know.
That's not how it works, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go through some stuff. I feel it coming.
Jesus, you're an anarchist. What is going on?
This dark history takes us to the London tombs we sit in tonight. Prior to becoming a tourist attraction, the tombs had been sealed for decades. Excavations to build the attraction began as early as 2007 by brothers Lee and Danny Scriven of Kent. The project was said to cost over £2 million. During its excavation, they claimed, quote, hundreds of bodies were uncovered from the plague pit, end quote, where the tomb is located. According to BBC reports, after, quote, skeletons were found in a sealed vault in the basement, end quote, the builders refused to work on site alone. Shortly after, a second, quote, Hall of Bones, end quote, was found under concrete, which was said to have, quote, intensified the spooky activities, end quote.
The Hall of Bones. I like that.
I mean, this is serious, man. They found a shitload of bones in here.
Yeah, as you would.
Police pathologists reportedly dated the bones to the mid-17th century, which lead to their leading theory that the remains had indeed been plague victims. With this gruesome revelation, it's no wonder the construction workers experienced strange activity after disturbing the bodies of the site. Workers would report disappearing tools and strange noises. They witnessed a mysterious surge where over a dozen light bulbs had blown despite the new working electrical system. Some reported feeling as if someone was watching them. Perhaps most horrifyingly, those who have visited since have claimed to experience hideous visions, seen sinister faces suspended in midair, and felt violent poltergeist attacks. With that in mind, let's take a glimpse at the current status of the underground tombs we sit in tonight. As mentioned before, these tombs are now an attraction, a maze filled with scare actors and sets to scare thrill-seeking tourists. But tonight, this labyrinth of rooms sits vacant, ready for us to find what bits of history refuse to leave.
There's a little skeleton man in that tree.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
So this is not very serious, any of this, right? This is what we're in for tonight? We're in for this?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They do have great respect for their dead here in England.
You can see it's kind of a nightmare. There's dolls everywhere. It kind of brings us back to Spider Island or Island of the Dolls.
Yeah, I feel home.
I feel like we're in that shed again.
Yeah.
And just like that, there's one marquee doll.
There's what? Oh!
This is the doll that a psychic apparently hates and won't enter here.
I guess that's par for the course, though. I'm actually pretty impressed with how awful a lot of these look. That one's in a cage. That baby's in a cage.
You gotta cage it up.
A bad baby.
Otherwise it'll
Put it
run
in a
amok.
cage.
As you can see, I've placed all my equipment in her lap.
Yes.
So let's do it. Cover your ears.
Oh, this, okay.
We're back.
Here we are. Can you say hello?
Oh shit!
Heard it.
It actually sounded like hello. Fuck.
Yeah. Can you say either of our names? It's Ryan and Shane.
What? Who's in this room? Where are you right now?
Every time you hear a voice, you go, and then it's almost as if your brain a half a second later realizes, oh, then nothing of value was said.
Well, it sounded like it said here.
Didn't say here.
It said here, it sounded like. But once again, I agree with you that can we at least agree that one word doesn't mean much?
No.
Okay, but if it's two words, I'm coming back at you.
You there. Why don't you talk? Huh?
Yeah, what about you?
got something to say?
Jesterman, you got something to say?
Hey, have you? You
How
there,
about
teddy
you?
bear. Your face got burned. Why don't you talk?
How
Come
about
on,
you,
baby.
Headless Bride? You got something to say? Oh, you, Farmer John, overall boy.
Do any of you have anything to say to us?
Come on. There's got to be one soul in here that Jesus Christ, what in the name of Christ is that?
It's a demon baby.
It's a freaking exorcist baby. Headless troll doll.
Speak to us. Say something crazy. Make Ryan lose his mind.
Let's hear it.
Come on.
Come on. On with it.
Come on. I would pay thousands of dollars for ghosts to be real, just so we could stop doing this 2 minutes earlier.
What did you think that said?
I think it said,
One room in the maze, referred to as the Brown Room, is said to play host to a shadowy figure that lurks in the dark corners of the room.
Apparently this is the beginning room of the maze.
This is sort of a class. Oh, hello, sir.
This is usually where they see a shadow man in here, in the
So-
back corners.
At this moment, our audio recorder picks up what sounds like a distant female scream.
In the
So-
back corners.
This used to be the tomb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
This is this whole area right here.
well, there's this. They excavated
the tomb.
They excavated the whole site, and there was one room in particular where most of the bones were.
Here?
This was not it,
Okay.
but this whole site as a whole was like all part of an underground system.
It's just weird that they turned it into a haunted mansion.
Let's reach out. Maybe that's a weasel.
That is it was a weasel, a badger, Wolverine. I don't know what the hell that is.
Sure, I'm not a zoologist. All right,
Okay. Oh, there's another weasel.
this guy loved weasels.
Don't call it the weasel. Don't call
That's
it the brown room.
This
Call
is
it
the weasel room.
room. This is
Yeah.
the weasel room.
Oh, good.
England's famed weasel room. Ooh, he's reaching for the bottle.
He's reaching for the
This guy
gin.
knows what I'm talking about, hey?
He's about to close a big. What are you about to make out with the doll?
I can smell it on your breath.
What do we got reports of in this room?
Standard fare, whispers, but mainly it's the prominent figure of a shadow person standing back over there.
I get tired of hearing about shadow people.
Is that so?
Yeah, it might as well be like a coat on a coat rack, you know?
At this moment, our audio recorder picks up a whispering voice.
Coat rack, you know?
I'm gonna give you the floor right now. If you want to say anything or you want to let us know that you're here, we could turn our light off.
Would you like us to turn our lights off? Then it's all shadow. Then everything is the shadow
How
man.
do you separate shadow?
Then
from
we're shadow men.
Holy shit.
Now it's dark.
Well, now that it may be easier for you to focus on us, do you have anything to say? I'm gonna give you a minute.
We can't see you now, so apparently this is the best time for a ghost to do something when it can't be recorded. So here's your moment.
All right, we're about to leave. I'm gonna turn my light on. Over in the corner now.
Ooh, swing and a miss.
In addition to plagues, some of England's more violent history actually took place roughly above the tombs we're in tonight. As early as the 13th century, England sometimes punished traitors to the crown by hanging, drawing, and quartering. This process, among other horrible things, would include pulling somebody's limbs off, possibly with horses, and finishing with decapitation. The heads would be placed on the pikes of Traitor's Gate, a gate that sat on an older incarnation of London Bridge.
Yeah.
Chill.
That's fair, I think.
Totally chill.
I mean, treason's
You're right. Treason's bad. Let's have a horse pull you limb from limb.
Again, we've sort of covered this, but they didn't have a lot to do back then.
So you're telling me that if you didn't have Netflix, you would resort to cutting people's heads off and putting them on funny little sticks?
Okay, now, if I'm reading a book and I'm like, well, this is the height of entertainment, and someone said, well, they're gonna pull someone apart into 4 little pieces outside, just slap 4 horses on the ass and watch them come apart. I'd probably just put my little bookmark in, close it, put my shoes on, and go outside to the town
Yeah,
square. What's
fun.
wrong with that?
Lots of things. I could think of several things off the top
I
of
am
my
putting
head.
myself in historical context here. Nowadays, I probably wouldn't, but
I probably wouldn't. I'd think about it. but-
60% chance I'm saying no to that.
Some famous heads that once sat on these pikes included the head of Catholic conspirator Guy Fawkes, Oliver Cromwell, and Scottish freedom fighter and Braveheart himself, William Wallace. That being said, one detail I withheld regarding the remains found in the tombs we're exploring tonight was that some of the skulls found had holes in them, suggesting that some of the grotesque mounted heads that were once prominently displayed for the London public found a home down here in the London tombs. In fact, a medium that visited the tombs, aside from claiming to sense hundreds of tortured souls, also sensed the aforementioned Guy Fawkes.
All right. That's kind of
Or Guy
stupid.
Fawkes.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
F-A-W-K-E-S.
I thought it was Fox.
I think Fox. This Guy Fawkes.
This. Did you have that ready to go? No. Oh, damn. That was good.
Perhaps this violent history could explain the many dark figures that roam the hallways. Using laser technology, perhaps we'll be able to pick up movement.
So, in this hallway, they would give tours. The tour guide would be standing right here,
Yeah.
and they'd pan down this hallway. And at one point, a tour guide said they saw a man just standing at the back over here.
Okay.
So,
There are a lot of hanging things in that hallway. You don't think the shadows could maybe play with someone's imagination?
only one way to find out. So I want to put the laser grid over there so that we could see any movement. That way we'll be able to discern whether it's something moving or if it really is just shadows playing tricks on somebody.
Right. Wasn't very productive last time.
Well, it's not going to be productive every time. You got to remember, once again, capturing an apparition or something physically manipulating our world is like catching lightning in a bottle.
That's the holy grail.
Yeah, it's not going to happen every time.
Yeah. Or anytime.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's initiate the grid.
I'm doing it.
This is a lot more anticlimactic than I had hoped.
Oh,
That's fun, huh?
I enjoy that. All right, to the man who stands at the back of this hallway, who are you? Why are you here? Can you move for us? Can you move something? Could you move one of those pieces of clothing that's hanging?
While changing our batteries on our equipment, we heard loud footsteps down the hall.
Record.
We quickly turned everything on, but only caught the tail end of the noises.
Record. Hello? I don't know if our mic was recording, but something was definitely moving down there.
Do you want me to go look? I heard that down there too.
Hello? Jesus, this is fucked up. What the? You did hear that though, right? That was pretty loud.
It was very loud.
It sounded like footsteps. On this wood, because this, look, it wasn't this, right?
No.
Hello? Hello? Oh, come on. Oh, fucking good lord.
Oh, hey. Hello, sir.
Oh, we're in the Jack the Ripper room. Hello?
They hate that.
I don't know what that was. All right, let's go back. That was, oh,
Sorry, man. You almost had it. Evidence of a ghost.
pretty much our sound recorder was off. All of our equipment was off because we were changing batteries. And of course, in that moment, we hear the footsteps.
Convenient. Very convenient.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that. And that's probably what most of the Shaniacs and skeptics are thinking out there. And frankly, I know that looks bad. It pisses me off. We catch just the beginning of it, but I'm wrestling with the EVP, so it kind of like overpowers the footsteps in the dark. Record.
Again, it could be 100,000 things before it's a ghost. It could be one of us rubbing against something. It could be, someone on the crew making a noise.
All right.
I'd love to hear a ghost say something ghostly. I'd love to see a ghost. I'd love to see any evidence of anything at all.
Maybe the most active room in the tombs is a room referred to as the Roman Room. In this room, staff have claimed to see the apparition of a little girl named Emily, dressed in clothing perhaps from either of the Great Plagues. But what's most horrifying is the possible explanation for her frequent appearances in this room. According to current staff, a majority of the bones discovered during construction were actually found one floor below this room.
Maybe we'll see her tonight.
I'm sure you will.
Well, what if you see her? Then what are you going to
If
say?
I see her, then I'll believe in ghosts forever.
You heard it here first. This is your chance, Emily, to make history, to end the show.
You know how boring this show would be if I was as insane as you?
I'm not insane, I just believe a different truth than you.
Okay. But it would just be two people being like, I'm scared, and the other one being, I'm even scareder.
That's every ghost show in existence.
Is it really?
Okay, so right now we have motion lights at the foot of that door, the foot of this door, and where the spirit of the little girl is seen.
You all right, man?
I saw something over there.
What you gotta collect
Anyways,
yourself.
if something passes those, we're gonna see it.
Who are we reaching out to here? Like Romans?
No, that's just because it's Roman themed doesn't mean there's actually Romans in
Oh,
this.
this is not.
Just remember the backdrop of this place.
This guy looks like such a fucking sad sack. Oh. Why are you bothering me?
All right, whoever's in here, can you say your name? You say why you're here? Is there anybody in here with us right now? Emily, are you here? Is that even your name, or did they just give you that name? There is an uneasiness to this room.
You don't like it.
I don't know.
It's pretty quiet in here.
Yeah, why don't you do some reaching out? I did it in the last room.
Okay, so I'm talking to Emily.
Oh,
or am
shit.
What?
That fucking light turned on.
Maybe I moved.
No, you didn't move your arm over there.
No, I didn't. Oh, things are going tits up, Ryan.
Shut up, Shane. Could you move your foot again? Move your foot out. Move it out like you did. Left one. This one right here.
It's not turning on, Ryan.
All right, I'm gonna go walk over to that one. Why did that turn on? And I just saw something right there.
Because you've tested these, and they have the cone of influence, if we can call it that.
It's very
pretty
tiny.
narrow.
Yeah. Let me walk over here. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I had
Yeah,
to
you
walk
got
right
pretty
here.
close there. We may have caught ourselves a ghoul, Ryan. Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah.
I want to leave zero doubt. This one is facing, the cone is actually smaller in this one.
Small cone.
Okay.
It's a small cone.
I'm rattled. I'm gonna compose myself.
All right. Gather your wits. Gather your wits. This is gonna be all over the news.
Here's the thing. It's because it's not a ghost over there doing the Macarena, we're not gonna have something compelling to skeptics. But it is weird that it turns on. You can see there's nothing there.
It is when I move, but I'll give it to you. That's a ghost.
I knew you were gonna say that too. We replicated the movement. We jumped up and down.
Yeah.
Doesn't turn on.
Great, you got a ghost.
Say at least odd. Give that at least an odd.
That's very odd.
With plague pits and ruthless executions, there's no telling what dark history sleeps within the confines of this maze. In an attempt to awaken this history, we're going to finish this off by individually walking and investigating the entirety of this zigzagging nightmare.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm in. This is fucked up. This is so fucked. Okay, I'm already lost.
These, we've seen all these. I don't know if I'm supposed to stop and just take every room in, just really enjoy it. Ah! We didn't spend a lot of time with this guy earlier, but I love him. These are kind of the ghosts we should be talking to. Funny train conductors.
All right. I met an old man once. His name was Father Thomas, and he told me there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, I won't lie, I'm very scared, but
Do not be afraid.
if anything happens, just do not be afraid. That's all you have to keep repeating. He said it a bunch of times in the Bible. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid.
And we progress through here. Ryan is truly going to lose his mind in here.
Once again, I met a pastor. He's a Vatican certified exorcist. And he said, do not be afraid, because nothing can harm you, and I have nothing to fear. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. This is where I saw something earlier, but it's fine. My hands are shaking, and I feel like I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Okay. Do not be afraid, Ryan.
You know, there's a certain respect for the macabre in this country that you don't always see in other cultures.
Say it with me, Father Thomas. Come on. This is fucked up.
A lot of death in their history, and they've just got a fun way of dealing with it. I mean, look at this. Is this spectacular or what?
I can't hear you. Maybe I'll hear you later. Oh God, I heard something. Oh God, I heard something.
This is the Hall of Shadows, where you're supposed to see strange figures moving down there. I'm actually gonna walk through it in the dark. Or wait, no, maybe I'll strobe. Yeah, that's fun.
Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. There's a shadow man in here, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not gonna stay and find out because I'm not afraid. I am afraid, but I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm losing it.
Oh, ghosts? It's just me now. The one who doesn't believe in you.
It's just a maze with some mannequins. Yeah, it's a pretty fucked up situation. I know that.
It's a prime time to give me just a real good jump. Anything from you up there, sir? No.
Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna die.
Now we're getting to the part that's a little more on the nose. We've got some hanging heads. Oh, me.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm scared of you. I'm not afraid to admit it. But you know what? I could be afraid, and it's fine.
Okay, here's a big spider.
What am I doing? I'm fucking backing out against my odds. I don't have anything to be afraid of. You know what? I don't have anything to be afraid of. You can't do anything to me.
What's supposed to be the reaction to this spider?
That's a big ass spider. Holy shit. Oh, come on. Clownland? You gotta be fucking shitting me. All right, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not scared of this, because I am.
Oh, I hope there's no spooky clowns. Oh, it's a clown maze, folks. We got ourselves a clown maze.
Throwing clowns in here just makes no goddamn sense. You're already, spooky as it is.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Whoa, what the fuck? What is this thing? This is like a giant guar monster.
Do not be afraid. What was that? There was a creaky creak. Creaky creak creak.
Mondays, am I right?
Oh, look, it's the exit. Oh, if any of you fuckers try to sneak up on me, just know I'm gonna catch you on camera, and I'm gonna expose everybody to your little game. Ah! Oh, shit! Oh, God! Oh, God! Seriously, sir? Why? Why? God damn it. I almost fucking kicked you in the nutsack. All right. Fucking Christ on a crutch. Holy shit.
Yeah, I told him to check on you.
Yeah, I figured you did. I think we both knew that that's what happened. Don't phrase it, I told him to go check on you. Just say it how it is.
I was concerned. I wanted him to go check on you.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know he was gonna scare you.
Yeah, you know what you did.
I do.
Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you, God. Oh, shit.
How you doing?
I'm so happy right
You
now.
didn't throw up or anything though?
I
You're
felt like I was
conscious,
gonna-
so that's good.
Father Thomas really helped me down there,
That's
I'm not
good.
gonna lie.
I found cookies.
The London Tombs sit below one of London's greatest tourist attractions, burying the misery and tragedy of London's past, away from the hustle and bustle of the city above. Based on our experience tonight, it's apparent that the unfortunate history may still remain, alive and waiting. But whether or not the London Tombs are definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
Hey Ryan, I like your shirt.
Thanks, I like yours too.
Thanks, buy it here.